Good evening. I hope I can be heard. If I can be heard, a reaction or something, so I know. Okay. Thank you, Joshua. This means I can be heard. Thank you, Mama, as well. Let's begin. So today, as the communique came out, I have a lot on hand, so I have to kind of like be quick with what I have to teach today. And I'm sure that you all read that your IDE is supposed to be ready out of find the clusters, so we don't have any delays in what we have to do for today. Question one already entails a lot, and when we start, you get to understand why I'm saying question one really entails a lot. So it's very important that we set the ball rolling as soon as possible. Okay, so let me share my screen so that we can begin. Isaac, Isaac. Oh, okay, yeah, he's one. Let me share my screen. Okay, so I am hoping that my screen can be seen. I'll be working alongside ChatGPT to give you some kind of like explanation to certain things. But alongside that, I'll also be doing most of the explanation myself. Okay, I'll be doing most of the explanation myself. I've given some kind of heavy prompts and all, and some explanations have been given. But before we start, let's have a look at what question one entails, and then let's jump right into it. Today we are going to have to create a class called bank account, excuse me, a class called bank account, and inside that class we are supposed to give it now this field. Okay, we are supposed to give it this private fields. Okay, and a field, another name given to a field is attribute. Another name also given to a field is also instance variables. So in case you hear any of these names, they are literally the same thing. Okay, so what does it mean? We are just trying to say that a class is like a blueprint for creating something. If I say the blueprint of a building, we know what I'm trying to talk about. So if I say a blueprint of a bank, I'm just saying that the kind of procedure we have to follow, looking at the blueprint, print, so that at the end of the day, a structure called a bank could be placed there. Inside the bank, there are certain things that is created inside the bank, and one of those things is a bank account. And a bank account therefore becomes an attribute of a bank, or a field in a bank, or an instance variable in a bank. That and inside that field, okay, we are just trying to say fields are things that every bank account is supposed to have. It's supposed to hold, it's supposed to be held by every bank account. And we can decide whether this attribute or field or instance variables should be private or should be made public for everybody to know. Anybody that visits the bank to know. Okay, and I'm sure that for a bank account of an individual, I think the details inside those bank accounts should be held private. That's why this field, the question asks us to keep these things as private. So let's go straight into our IDE and then create a new project. I have taught this thing so many times, in so many places. So um I have these projects created so many times. So I've deleted them and then I'm creating a new project actually. So I'm supposed to type the name of this project and um I'm going to give it assignment one. Okay. I'm going to give it
Mr. Pima,
assignment. Yes, please.
please, are you recording?
I'm not in charge of that at the moment, so I don't know if it's being recorded. But I know that the meetings is recorded right as of when it started, so I'm sure it's being recorded.
Okay, sure, sure.
And so, all right. Otherwise, too, you can do a quick background check so we know that it's being recorded.
Sure, 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 sure.
All right. So there are rules for naming projects and classes and things as well. Okay, when you are naming a class, okay, and a project per se, most of the time is Pascal naming style that is used. That is the opposite of camel casing. Camel casing has the first word, the first letter of the first word, okay, being a small letter, and then the preceding ones are capital. But for the Pascal style, okay, the first letter is rather capital, and the others are also capital. Just that it's important that the first one is all capital. So for this, I'll name it assignment. Okay, I'll name it assignment one. That's the name I'm giving to the project I am creating. So let's take assignment one. Okay, then I create the project. When I create the project, okay, a main class will be created for me. A main class will be created for me. And you witness that main class being created for me. So you can see that the main class is being please, is my screen? Is my screen visible? Can everybody see my screen? Machine is a bit slow because it's been working the whole day. You have no idea. Like I've stressed this machine today. So kindly pardon it when certain things are not appearing very fast as you're expecting it to do. And on the second note, too, Intel is a very heavy demanding program. It demands a lot. So I'm using a basic office machine. So kindly pardon. So there are some of these codes that we don't need in this main class because that's not what we are focus. Our focus is on. Okay, so I'll clear this. Some of this code here. Let me clear some of this code. Not everything, but I'll clear some. I'll clear up to this point. I don't really need it. Okay, then inside the code too, I'll clear up to this point because I don't really need it. And then I'll clear this closing bracket here because this opening has also been removed. Now to identify the opening and the closing of a bracket, okay, you just click on one of it and the other is highlighted like this. So it's a way that the IDE lets you identify the opening and the closing of a bracket. And during one of our sections, okay, I kind of like explained what each and every word in this code here means. And it's a must that you type this thing before you start programming in Java. And one of the most important ones is this one. The code can never run without this line of code here. And I explained that this is known as the heartbeat of Java. So it's very important that you type it up. Even if the system does not provide it for you automatically, you have to learn it off head. So now that we have a main class, which is not literally where we are, the question is asking us to. The question will ask us to test our class that we are is asking us to produce in the main class. So you will see that somewhere in the question it says write main class to test. Okay, so all the testing will be done in the main class. After all, that's where the code is going to be executed. So any other class you create has to be called upon in the main class. Its attributes and its methods and things will now be executed or run in the main class. So you have to take note of that. Please, you can stop me at any point in time to ask me any question if you don't understand anything. Right? It's better you stop me early than for me to go very far, then you bring me back. Okay, that will not really help us. So if you don't understand anything, please stop me and ask a question. All right, so let's continue. The question is requiring us to first create a class, okay, and then name that class bank account. So I'll just copy the name here because I'm feeling very lazy to type today. Or in other words, I'm just trying to rest my fingers because I'm going to do a lot of typing after this one. So create a class. So you just when it is on this main class here, okay, you just come to this plus sign. I think it's yes. Then you choose Java class, or you can come to this couple of dashes up here, point new option, and then come to what Java class. So you create a Java class, then you give it a name, and then as far as we know, the question is requiring us to name it what bank what account. Are you okay? So therefore, we have named it bank account. Then we hit enter. Are you okay? Now you can see that that class has been created alongside the main class that has been created here. And they are all inside the same source or the same project. Let me put it that way. The project was assignment 1. Okay, so it is inside the same project. Okay. We will learn about later in one of our meetings packages. Packages, just as projects are used to organize classes, okay, packages are used to organize projects. So you learn about packages later on. Okay, so what is the question asking us to do inside this public class that we have just created called bank accounts? I wish I could work by to make my code small. So pardon me if I'm moving up and down like that. It is asking us to create some private fields or private what attributes inside it, to which every bank account we create, okay, should hold these words attributes, okay, or in other words, any object we create in the main class and refer it to this class should hold these attributes, okay. And we said they have to be private, so we have to declare the access type, and that is what private. Then we give the names of the attributes, okay. And then the first one is saying that we should use what account number as the name of the attribute. But before that, we have to declare the data type that is going to be held inside this variable we are creating. Are you okay? And we give it the name. Then finally we close it. Then we come to the next one, or we terminate it. The next one is also private, okay. And then the data type given to us was also string. And the name of the variable we are creating, okay, to hold values of a bank account, okay, is account holder name. So I will just copy it, then I'll just paste it here. You can do same, okay. While copy and paste is there, we are typing. Okay, then private, okay, again. But this time around, the data type we are giving to us for to create this field is double. Okay, double, because we are going to hold a balance. And we agree that a balance can have a point, decimal part, or let me say a decimal part. So you get what I mean by a decimal part. So therefore, I have to declare the data type as what? Oh, sorry, double. Oh, double. And I paste what I copied here as account holder. A account, no, it's not account holder. I think that was account balance, right? If I'm right. Account balance. Okay. Then I close it. All right. So these things I've done here are called fields, attributes, okay, or instance variables, okay. And then these are the things that every bank account I create, okay, should hold. It's really blocking my. Should hold these words attributes. Every bank account I create in this main class, or object I create in this main class, okay, should hold these values if I attach this class to it. Do you understand? And I'll show you how to do that. Good. And then it's also known that these things are supposed to be private. They shouldn't be directly accessed by the user, okay, unless we use a very special method known as a getter, which I'll teach you at the end of our question 1. And we can see we have already started answering the question already. So far so good. We have covered the side, okay, and creating the class as well. So just follow suit and do that. Now, public methods. We are coming to create public methods. I repeat, we are coming to create public methods. And we are saying that a method, okay, remember we are going to attach these attributes to an object. Okay, I think it's fair enough that I start creating the object now. Okay, now to create an object, okay, in the main class, okay, we first have to call upon the class to which that object belongs to. And right now we are referring that it's supposed to belong to a class called bank account. Are you okay? Oh, am I typing this? Sorry. Bank account. Are you okay? If I say let it belong to bank account, I think I did something similar like that in one of the work. Let me see if I can just hold on. Okay. Hold on for me. Let me quickly get this so that we don't suffer so much, since everything is already typed. Oh no. Actually, I think it's our users sent Intelli project assignments. Oh, today is 12, so this one is 8, so it was created a long time ago. Okay, let me go through the same procedure to open the other one too as well. Give me a moment, let me just get this thing over with. So we can just work alongside with it without wasting much time. Let me open the main also. I'll close them when I'm done teaching. But it's not it's not part of what I'm teaching today. But it's something I've done already. So we just refer from here instead of typing everything all over again. Now we are saying that I first have to create an object, I first have to first call upon the class to which that object belongs to, and that is bank accounts. Then I give the object a name, account one. So for now, I'm creating the object called, in other words, I'm creating a bank account in that bank, okay? And I've named that bank account one. Then I declare a memory space, special memory space, okay, for that bank account I am creating. Then I assign certain details into it. And I'm going to show you how to assign these details. Okay. Now, in this is how, okay, so we'll do that here, the same thing. So I can call it account one. If you want to, you can just call it AC one, depends on you. However way you name the object is all up to you. So for the purpose of this class, I'll still stick to my account one. Okay, I'll stick to my account. Oh, what am I doing? All right, so I'll stick to my account one. Okay, that's the name of the object I have created in the main class that is supposed to hold attributes or the fields that I've created in this class. Are you okay? Then I declare a new memory space for this object. Oh, come on. A new memory space for this object where in the class bank account. Do you understand? Good. So that is how we call upon, and that's how we create an object and call upon a class to attach it to that object. Now, I have to create something very interesting here after this, and we call this thing a constructor. At this point, I want all of us to involve ourselves in this because that's the only way you understand. If you answer it, you understand. If you walk into a bank to create a bank account, okay, do you just go and do things yourself, or you meet an individual in the bank who assists you in creating the bank account? No reply. Okay. So, so for my knowledge, okay, since I'm not getting any reply from nobody, for my knowledge, okay, was somebody speaking? Is my volume? Please, if you are speaking, your voice is very, very, very low and very, very far. I don't know if I'm the only person um, noticing that, but it's down and it's far as well. So I don't know if you're using a headset or device or something. You can try disconnecting it and then speak again. So we see. Let's continue. So we are going to create an individual who is going to approach you that entered the class, okay, bank account, to create an account. Are you okay? And that person in coding is called a constructor. It's called a what? Oh, sorry. It's called a constructor. Okay, the individual approaching you is called a constructor. All right, so that individual is going to take some details from you. Okay, and then he or she knows that these are the requirements of a bank account. So after taking those details from you, he's going to use those details to fill inside this space to create the bank account for you. Do you understand? So that's what a constructor does.
So how do we call upon, or how do we create a constructor? I did that here, so let's have a look at it. So I can decide not to bring this public here because the constructor belongs to the class. A constructor belongs to a class, and the class I've already declared it to be public. Okay. But for the purpose of this code, I'll just state that again. So I'll create the access modifier. Okay, I'll create the access modifier. Let me give a space again. Access modifier or what do you call it, public. Then I'll create the constructor. This guy is the constructor here that I'm talking about. Are you okay? The constructor is supposed to take a string value from you and assign this value into the private field called account number. It's supposed not from you. I don't think you create your own account number, but it's going to create an account number for you. It's going to generate your account holder name per the name you give to the person, and the balance you deposit, okay, is going to display a balance, whether you deposit an initial balance or you didn't deposit anything at all. It's going to create a space where your balance is also going to reflect. This thing I've done here is called a constructor. Okay, so I'm about to repeat that in the main code I am typing here rather. Okay, so I'm saying that public. Okay, then I give the constructor the name like that. Okay, and I'm saying constructor belonging to a class called bank account. I want you to take these perimeters, okay, or we call it perimeters. I want you to take these things to create the account of a person. Okay, so I need an account number of the person, comma. I also need that. I see, you can see that I'm declaring the data types alongside. I also need a string, and what do I need from that? The account holder name. Okay, then comma. Sorry, comma. What else do I need? I also need that at the end of the day, the account of the person should hold his balance, and that is what, a double. And I'm saying that that double should hold the account balance. Are you okay? Then I'll tell the constructor that these things you have created, this is where you are supposed to put them. So I'll say that this dot account number that you have taken from the, or you have generated from the, for the person, okay, should be stored inside account number. Are you okay? Should be stored inside account number. Sorry, terminate number for command. Then I'll also tell the person that this, okay, the reason why I'm using this is because I'm making mention of the variable name here twice. So I have to make a difference for the computer, for the program to understand. That's why I begin it with a this. Okay, I'm just saying that this one is the one here, the one that has been declared, the variables being declared in the private field here. So I'm saying this private field should hold the account number that is going to be assigned inside this value. So whatever value I assign to account number as the person's account number, the constructor will pick it up and then assign it to the private what field over here. So far so good. I've not seen any hands, so I assume that everybody understands what I'm teaching. Okay, and alongside I'm teaching and we are answering the work. So I'm saying that account number, okay, I'm saying account number. Sorry, let me bring this one here. I'm saying account number should be assigned, okay, to account number here. Okay, then I terminate my code. Again, I will explain this by saying that what I'm saying is that this, okay, thing that I've written here, this statement I've written here is referring to the account number of this private field here. What I'm saying is that it should pick up the constructor who is working in the company should pick up the account number of the person and store it inside the private value, the private field. Sorry. Okay. Now, when we come to account balance, there has to be a condition. Okay. There has to be a condition. And what condition am I talking about? We should understand the fact that it's either the person's account is dominant, as in zero balance, okay, or higher, but it should not be less. Your accounts that you have created cannot be in negatives. So therefore, we have to create a condition for the balance when the constructor is taking a balance. Do you understand? So we start that condition with an if statement. Then we create a perimeter or an argument for it. Okay, and I'm saying that, okay, sorry, my shift out. Okay, so I'm saying that, okay, if the balance, okay, if the balance of the person, okay, is first of all greater than or equal to 0, okay, that's what I've done here. If the balance of the person is first greater than, or I use account balance. Wow, interesting. So I should add accounts to it. Okay, and I work in a team. Let me clear the side. Okay, so I'm saying that if the account balance of the person creating the account is what greater than or equal to 0, then it has met the condition that the account should be valid, or it should be a valid account. So run this code and give it to the person. And you can say for the if sentence, I type the opening and the closing of the brackets myself. When I type the opening, the system did not generate the closing for me, so I typed it myself. Then I'm saying this thing inside the code should is what is supposed to be run. I'm saying that account what balance should now be assigned to account what balance. Are you okay? Then I terminate my code. But every if sentence has an if else or an else statement. Okay, so I'm saying anything else apart from the balance or the account balance of the person being greater than or equal to 0. Okay, then what must you do? Run this code rather to the person. This one, so I type the opening and the closing myself. Run this code to the person. Okay, and what am I saying? I'm saying set the person's balance straight account balance. Set the person's account balance straight up to 0. Okay, the person does not have the right to have an account holding negative inside. And when you are done setting the account balance to 0, tell the person who has entered a negative value for his account this message. Okay, I'll say this. I see the shortcut I use for bringing out this. Um I just typed SOUT, and then I pressed enter. Okay, and the system generates that for me. So I'm saying see out this message to the, what am I saying see out anyway? Error. I want to tell the person that error. Okay. Your account balance, sorry, balance cannot be negative. Okay, that's if the person enters anything less than 0, which is obviously going to be negative. Are you okay? So your account balance can't be what? Negative. That's what I want to tell the person. Okay, that's what I want to tell the person after this condition, when this condition is met. Okay, please, you can unmute and ask your question. You can unmute and ask your question.
Yes. Thank you. My, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you clearly.
Hello.
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right, sure. My line is breaking, so I don't know.
Yeah, I can hear you. You have gone off. I don't know if you can hear me, but you are not speaking.
I can hear him also.
Hello. Can you hear me? Hello.
Yeah, I can hear you now.
All right. Sorry. My line is very, very bad today, so sorry about that. So I was asking, you said if else account balance less than 0, then you print out error, your account balance cannot be negative. But then
Yes.
you have written account balance equal to 0 instead of account balance less than 0.
No, listen. That
You get what I'm
thing
trying
that
to
I've
say?
done here. Sorry, I was supposed to even add I get your question. I get your question. All right. I'm supposed to even add this to it. Okay. What I'm saying is that I am creating a condition for the constructor when it is creating an account balance or account having a balance for whoever is creating that account or the object called account. What I'm telling the constructor is that there are certain rules to creating an account balance or having an account balance, and it cannot be negative. If you go and create account in a bank for the first day and it is a negative account, you are going to owe the bank on the first day of creating the account. I'm not sure that is possible. Do you understand? So I'm just saying that the only condition that is going to require, okay, for an account balance, a valid account balance, is when the person's account balance is first greater or equal to zero. It's either you add money to the account or leave it like that, but you can't owe the bank on your first day of creating an account. So that's what I've written here. So if that is possible, then finally take that account balance the person is going to enter and then assign it to this variable here in the private field account balance. Assign it there because now it's a valid account. It's greater or equal to zero. Do you understand? But here lies the case. If that condition is not met, then I'm saying that the person's account balance that he or she entered is a negative account balance he or she is entering. Then the system is supposed to first of all not accept that, set the account balance to zero. After the person has entered maybe negative 20 Ghana cedis, the system shouldn't accept that negative 20 Ghana cedis. It should set it to zero. And after it has set it straight to zero, so I'm saying that it should assign zero to the account balance if the person is supposed to enter anything else apart from the condition I have stated here. Do you understand? So now it has taken zero and has assigned it to the account balance in this private field based on the fact that the person entered an amount less than zero. Do you get it? And then after you are done, print out this message to the person. Tell the person that, hello, your account balance can't be what? Negative. I hope I've been able to explain this for you. No reply. I hope he heard me because I'm not taking all this one again. Forgive me. We are moving with time. Okay, sorry. But I hope you heard me because I can't hear you if you are replying me though. All right. So let's okay. He has given me a chance. Then we are good to go, crap. Then let's move on. So this is the job of the constructor, and I've stated certain conditions for the constructor as well. Do you understand? And you can clearly see that when I touch the opening of the constructor, okay, the closing is right here telling you that all these conditions are for the what? The constructor to follow when he's creating what? A bank account for somebody. Okay, an account for somebody. Okay, so it's very, very important. You take note of that. I don't know why this guy is like this. It is not supposed to be like this. Let me clear this thing and type it again. Clear it and type it again. That one was account number. And then I said assign it to account number. Ah, it has gone back to being like that again. Anyway, let's go. I'm not sure is any problem at all. We will find out what it is later on. Okay, probably it's because it's dominant and I'm not using it at the moment. Sometimes when it is dominant and it's not being used, okay, it comes out with this. Let me just clear it again and see if the account number usages will reduce. Okay, so it is working. It's working. Hey, sorry. Let me remove one. All right, so it's working. It's being used. Okay, so let's not really focus much about it. It's not an error. Otherwise, we'll be seeing some red lines under it and all. It's not an error. So I've typed everything perfect. Now, this is the job of the constructor. Okay, now let's go into the main class and use the constructor. Are you okay? So this is hello, I've called upon the class and I said in that class there should be a new space in that class for an object called account 1. And then I called upon the constructor saying, hello, you're about to create something for an object. Okay. So what were some of the perimeter? What was the perimeter I set for the constructor when creating? I said it should pick up a value string, okay, a data type string, and then store it inside the perimeter using this condition. Are you okay? Then I'm saying you should pick up a data type account holder name, store it inside this private field here, okay, using this condition. Are you okay? And I said it should also pick up a data type double called account balance, store it inside account balance following these conditions. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? So therefore, whatever value I put inside the perimeter here, if it is a string, and we know how we type strings with a quotation mark, then the constructor knows what this string belongs to. So you see that it has already assigned a name based on the condition I gave it here, that the first string you are typing should belong to account number. Pick it up and assign it to account number in the private field. Do you understand? So maybe I type the quotation mark pair, then the constructor knows that the state I'm coming to enter is a string and it belongs to account number. Are you okay? So it's just going to pick what you put here as the programmer and then assign it into that variable in the private field. Do you understand? So what account number? I'll use my student ID. I always use my student ID. Okay, then comma. The next thing that was here was also a string. So anytime I start my quotation marks, the constructor knows that I'm typing a string and it has to be stored inside account holder name. Do you understand? So immediately I press my quotation marks per. I press my quotation marks per. Then you see that it has assigned it itself for me. I don't need to type account holder name is this. No, the constructor has assigned it for me. So therefore, I will type account holder name, my name, okay. Then the next thing after the comma, the next thing I'll type is a what? A value, which had a data type double. So the constructor knows that whenever I type any value, it is of the data type double and it's going to be assigned inside account balance following these what? Conditions. Remember, there's a condition whereby if I enter a negative value, something is going to be printed out for me. We can test it out and see. So I can just enter maybe -6 cedis and see it has assigned it to what? That's for me. Are you okay? Then I can terminate my code. Okay. Then I'll run it. When I run it, you will see that it will print out a message to me. It will print out a message to me. The code is being built. So give it a moment as it's being built and executed and blah, blah, blah. So you can see that the error message has been printed out to me. Error. Your account balance cannot be what? Negative. It's because when I entered -0, the constructor picked your account balance is creating for you. Say, oh, dear, first day now creating account balance. Now, but they can 6 cities. When the constructor was following the rules given to the person who works at the bank, creating a bank account for you, how some rules is following when he's creating a bank account for somebody. And then that rule is that your account balance cannot be negative. So therefore, when you saw this condition, it now jumped to ignore this if condition because it's not meeting this one. And it came to the else, and then what? Straightforward executed this one. Do you understand? But if you think he asked the question whereby I'm saying, why did I assign 0? I'm saying since the account balance cannot be negative. Oh, cool. This thing I brought here. Anyway, give me a moment. Let me correct this thing here. Okay, corrected now. I said that after the person has entered any value that is less than 0, okay, the account balance in this private field here should be set automatically back to 0. Do you understand? So if I should get the person's account balance and then print it out, you see that the person's account balance will be 0. You know the person has entered a negative what? 6 here. Do you understand? And we have not gotten to the getting side. So I will not jump you there, otherwise you get confused. So for now, let's put in a valid amount like 200 and maybe 50 cedis. Are you okay? So that's what we have done now. And by so doing, okay, we have finished, we have totally finished all these parts. Now let's come to this part. We are come to create methods. We are come to create methods here. Why am I typing my code here? Okay, we are come to create a method here. Are you okay? And what is a method? A method is just like an attributes are what the objects I have created here can hold. Methods are what the object can do. What can an account do? An account can make a deposit. An account can make a withdrawal. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? Hey, nobody's talking. Charlie, man,
Yes,
their
yes,
class.
please. And I understand what you are saying.
Yeah. Thank you very much. Uncle. Thank you. When you do that, then I'm happy. Um, we are saying that the objects I'm creating here, first of all, held attributes from the class. Okay, but I'm coming to create methods inside that class. And I'm saying that this object I'm creating here, called account one, should be able to do certain things. And that is what we call what? As method. Method also belong to a class. They don't belong to a constructor. Method does not belong to a constructor. So first of all, let's identify the opening and the closing brackets for the execution code for constructor. If I tap on it, you see that the opening is here and then the closing is here. So I don't need to type inside this when I'm typing the method. I have to type outside it, because why am I typing inside this space? Because this is the closing for the class I have created. And I said methods belong to a class. So I'm typing it inside the space for class. Do you understand? So therefore, I will quickly comment this one just to make my code readable or easy to understand, and say methods. Are you okay? So that right now we know that we have gotten to the methods part. Now, how do we create a method? A method must do something. And now I'm asking you, let's all answer this question. Those who are on mute to answer. If you are doing something, okay, is it when you are doing the thing that you see the end result, or when you are done?
I think is when you are done that
We
is
are
when you
done.
see the end results.
So, very good. So we are saying that method tells an object to do something. So is it when the object is doing something that it returns a value, or when it is done that it must return a value?
When it is
When
done.
it is done.
So when it is done. So we are trying to say that when you are declaring a method, we don't give it a return type. So we say that the return type is void. Are you okay? Because it's doing the thing. It's not it's only returns something when it is done doing the thing. Do you understand? So we give the return type to be void. Okay, as it's doing the thing is,
Hello.
yes, please.
So does it mean all methods are void?
Does it mean all methods are void? It depends on the condition. Okay, it depends on the, as of this setting we are inside right now. If I'm making a deposit, it's when I'm done making a deposit, that's when a balance will something will be done. Do you understand what I'm saying? Thank you. All right, so we declare the return type, then we give the method the name, and from the question we are supposed to name the method deposit. Are you okay? That's what the question requires us to name our first method. And what are we depositing? We are creating a perimeter for it and say that what are we depositing at the end of the day? We are depositing something called an amount. Are you okay? We deposit an amount and we withdraw an amount. Do you agree to that? So if there is something going to be done, it's going to be done. Let me put it in this example. I'm trying to say that we all know what a verb is. A verb is a doing word or an action word, right? So in other words, the deposit represents a verb, the word verb. And then the words that you mentioned that fall under the definition of what you gave, okay, is what classifies the things like sit, get up, move. So if I say a verb is a doing word, deposit is a doing word or an action word, what am I depositing? One of things called deposit is what? I am depositing an amount. Are you okay? I am depositing an amount. That's the name of what I'm about to deposit. Do you understand? But what data type must it have? It can be a double. And most of the time, I think it's a double because I can deposit 1 cedi 20 pesos. Are you okay? So to be on the safer side, don't make it an integer. Make it a double. Are you okay? Then I'm saying that for creating a deposit, there has to be a condition. Who agrees that there has to be conditions for depositing money into an account? Because you can't deposit a negative balance. You can't say I'm depositing 0 Ghana cedis. You understand that? Right? Okay. So the time will reply and I'm in. Okay, there's a question. Ask a question, Emmanuel. You can unmute and speak.
Can there be a limit to how much you can deposit?
Come again. Ima, please come again. Okay, I think Ima is having problem with his network because I can't hear him. I don't know if anybody. Your line is breaking. Yeah, I can hear you, then breaks, but speak and see if I can hear you.
Okay. So I was asking, can there be a limit or condition to how much a person can deposit?
Yes, there can be that condition to, but as of this point, I don't think no bank will disagree if you want to deposit billions into the account. On you understand? But every bank would disagree if you are depositing nothing. Okay, if I'm depositing 0, I'm depositing a negative amount. How can I say I'm depositing a debt? Do you understand? Okay, I can't be indebted to the bank as my deposit. It's not possible. So anything greater than 0 is allowed. Okay, so that's the first condition we are going to create for the method. Okay, you can put either one of them first, it works. So I'm just trying to say that whatever deposit I'm about to create, okay, I'm creating what do you call it, a condition here, and I'm saying if that deposit, okay, or let me say if that amount, let me just pick a code from here for you to see what I'm talking about. If that amount I am depositing is less than or equal to 0, which is something that is shouldn't be happening, then I want you to print out something to the user. Are you okay? And that is this message: error, invalid entry. Okay, invalid entry. So let's execute that here. Let me type it here. I'm saying that if the amount, oh, why am I typing it over there? How did my cursor get there? Okay, so if amount to be deposited, okay, is less than or equal to 0, which is not allowed. Okay, logically, it's not allowed. It's because I'm depositing 0. It's not sensible. So it's then we are saying that let this code be run. And I told you that you type the opening and closing yourself. So take note of that. Otherwise, you'll be seeing a lot of red lines if you don't take note of that. So print out this message to the person. Okay. And that message should be an error message. So I'll start with maybe error. Okay, then I'll put a column there. Okay, then I'll say what error message should I print to the person? Invalid what input, because maybe the person, and when he's doing deposit, they do deposit side no amount to deposits, no, or entire negative number. Okay, invalid what input. Invalid input is what I want to print out to the person. Are you okay? When the person meets that condition, then I can also say at the end of my closing for the if, I'll type an else if. Okay, if it, wait, hold on. For balance, if it is not less than 0, I don't think there's an else if. I think we should go straight with else, right? But if not less than or equal to 0, then it is greater than 0. Okay, so else, then we say that, what should we say? Else what should happen? If I make a deposit, something must happen to my balance. People, let's speak. Else, what should happen to my balance? My balance at the moment, or my account balance, sorry, that's how I named it. My account, oh, what account number? Account balance at the moment should be equal to my old account balance I am having plus, okay, the amount I am depositing at the moment. Do we agree? Then when I am done, I'll print out this message to the person. Deposit successful. Okay. Successful. Please ask your question.
Yes, thank you. So my question is, so firstly, won't we print out the balance itself, and then also, we are jumping straight to the account balance, but then can't we have the amount that has been deposited itself also? You understand? Because if amount is less than or greater than zero, then we print error.
Yes,
Else,
please.
if the account is greater than zero, we just jump straight to
Oh.
the account balance, which is the account balance plus the amount that has been deposited. But what I'm asking is, what about the amount that has been deposited? Can't we print out that one first? Like
We can
amounts deposited.
we can
Yes.
print out literally anything. Okay. We can print it out if that's what you want. Okay. So I can say amount deposited was successful. It's all about the way you will type your code. Okay. So I can say amount, then I concatenate it with the message. So um let me just change the message totally. So we know what we are about. So I will say the amount. So I'll first print out your deposit, deposit of, then I concatenate the message with the amount deposited. Do you understand? Do you understand what I'm saying? So it will print out your deposit of the amount you deposited will come. Okay, then I concatenate it with the message was successful. Please, are you following? Was successful. So you can print out that to the person as well. That's also another way of going about it. Is it virtually does not spoil anything. Okay. All right. So that is just by the way. Let's continue since we have a lot to do in that question. Uh-huh. Okay, so that is the first condition. That's the condition required for the method deposit. Are you okay? Now let's go on to the next thing in the question. Okay, we are also required to create a method for withdrawal. It is literally almost the same procedure, just that the conditions are going to be a bit different because for withdrawal, there are so many conditions that must go into withdrawal. You can't withdraw more than you have. Okay, you can't withdraw nothing as well. You can't say I'm doing a withdrawal and I'm withdrawing nothing. And you can't withdraw a negative value too as well. Do you understand what I'm saying? So all these conditions goes into what? The method withdrawal. And I stated earlier or stipulated earlier that a method belongs to a class. This is the beginning of this method. Sorry, let me identify the group. And this is the close of it. So I'm typing it here rather. Are you okay? Because it belongs to the class. So void, then we are coming to do a withdrawal. Okay, that is the name of our method as we stated earlier. Then I set a perimeter for it. And the perimeter is saying that what the person is supposed to withdraw can be of a data type, double, and then amount. Okay, the person can withdraw something called an amount. Do you understand? And you see how this word amount to be used alongside the account object created here. Okay, then I've stated that that's the nature of what the person can withdraw. Then I state the conditions. If, yes, what are some of the conditions? Let's flow together. What are some of the conditions needed for a successful? Let's first look at what will make your withdrawal not successful. If Yeah, the successful one will be the else. If
If you try to withdraw an amount
If
greater than the amount,
okay, so we can say if amount that is supposed to be withdrawn, okay. Hey, sorry. If the amount, oh, okay, cool. If the amount to be withdrawn is greater than,
The amount in the account.
and that is what your account balance, okay. If it is greater than the account balance, okay, then this code should be what executed. Opening and closing yourself. I've stated that earlier. This code should be executed, or what should be seen out to the person. Are you okay? What kind of message would you prefer that we see out to the person?
insufficient balance.
Okay, so insufficient balance. That's a very nice one. Insufficient balance. Okay. Insufficient balance. Let me make that a capital B. Are you okay? So that is that for that condition. Right. Insufficient balance. Okay, so let's come out with another condition. So we can see that
Um,
already I stated out this condition here. What we just did is over
can
here, something like that. Okay.
can we also say that
Uh-huh.
when you enter a wrong figure,
As in,
as in maybe you want to withdraw maybe 2,000.
like 2,000, you want to withdraw 2,000, but I want to know how much you have in your account that you are withdrawing the 2,000. So we know how to type the condition.
Okay, so let's say in the account there is maybe 4,000 in the account, right?
Okay.
And you you entered maybe 0.3.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think the system will allow you to perform such a
Withdraw.
transaction. Yeah, withdraw.
Okay, so yeah. Logically speaking, if we are actually building a program, okay, we will put into factors the condition you just did. But for the purpose of this question, just flow with what they're asking us to do. But it's true, it's true. There are certain limits to an amount you can withdraw. You can't withdraw less than that. It does not make sense. Okay, so that is very, very true. Okay, so now what if the person is withdrawing an amount equal to zero? Okay, you can't withdraw less than or equal to zero. Do you understand? You can't withdraw anything less than even or equal to what to zero. Okay, and when that happens, we can also print out a message to the person. Are you okay? What message should we print out to the person? If the person is drawing nothing or withdrawing less than nothing, that is less than or equal to zero. What kind of message do you think we should print out to the person?
invalid number.
Bank
Okay, so we can say invalid. We can say invalid input. Okay, or should we use something else? Withdrawal
Eh,
invalid
I think
withdrawal
invalid
amount.
input is okay.
Okay, invalid input. Input. Maybe I can say comma. Let me make it a full stop for that. Please try again. Okay, maybe that's the message I would like to print out to the person. Okay, if this condition is met. Now let's look at the last of the conditions. The last
Um,
of the
I,
condition.
and also when maybe the card you are going to, I mean, withdraw the money from is faulty, I think the system will not allow you to perform such a transaction.
Yeah, that one too is very, very true. Okay, that's if the card you are using is also faulty. But I think did it say card too? Yeah, no. All right, so let's try and then Stick to the question because it's a lot. Trust me, we are not done. Oh. We are not done, people. I'm trying. Really running with speed. So let's move. Okay, so the condition of all these things which makes a withdrawal invalid has been stated. Now, what is the condition? We don't need a condition for a
Please.
valid since. Yes, please come for me.
All right, sorry. So you said you can't we should restrict it from withdrawing half of their account balance.
How?
That's not part.
No, please. It's not. What we are looking for is that you should be
Okay.
able to withdraw either exactly what you have as your account balance, okay, or less than it, but it shouldn't be more than it or nothing. Do you understand? Yeah. So since these conditions have been made for an unsuccessful withdrawal, let's now give the else for the successful withdrawal. Okay, so what is the successful withdrawal going to be? When you withdraw something, some arithmetic must be done, and that's what I'm asking you to do right now. What is going to happen? Your account balance now will be what? Your old account balance minus the amount you withdraw. Do you agree to that? Good. So now that, yes, please.
Sorry, please, is amount not going to I mean interfere with the amount from a
No,
deposit?
code is run as in a sequential manner. And when you call upon a method, okay, is that method that is going to be performed? Please, do you understand?
Okay, sure, understand.
Yeah. So if I call upon this method, is that method that is going to be run at the moment before I call upon the other one? I can't call on both methods at the same time. Do you understand? So now that that has been done, this arithmetic has been done. I'm saying pick out the person's what old account balance, subtract the amount the person is withdrawing, and then assign the new value back to the what account balance. That's it. Now let's see out a message to the person. So we can say your withdrawal of like what our brother said. So your deposit, I'll just copy this message and change that part to withdrawal. Control C. Then paste that here, Control V. So your withdrawal of, okay. So your withdrawal of the amounts you withdraw was what? Successful. Do you understand? So this is the methods. So we have now created our methods. Are you okay? So now let's go and implement these methods in the main class. Are you okay? All right. So how do we call upon a method to be used alongside the objects we have created? We are saying that this object should be able to do that method. So how do we attach the method to the objects for it to perform? Okay, and that's what I'm about to teach you. So first of all, you call upon the, where is it? I just want to use that one to teach so I go on. First of all, you call upon, well, I printed out so many things. I've even lost count of. Okay, so first of all, you call upon the account, the object, then you tell it that it's supposed to perform this method. Are you okay? So that's exactly what we are going to do here. So I'm going to first of all call upon the object. That object account one. Then I add a dot. Then I call upon the method. So you see that the method has been stated here, the deposit. And I stated something that whatever value I'm entering here, okay, should be of the data type double and should be assigned to memory as something variable, something called amount. Do you understand? So whatever I create here is going to be assigned to memory and labeled as the amount. So if I enter 200, you see that the system has assigned it to what? Amount. Do you understand what I'm saying? So that is that. So it means that the method has been called upon, and then the value I've inputted here has been assigned to the amount I want to deposit. Are you okay? And now the system is going to check the conditions for a deposit and realize that I've entered a valid deposit. So therefore, it's going to print out some message to me based on the deposits I have made here. So that is it. We are going to see that this message is going to be printed out if I should run the code. Okay, so if I should run the code, the out is building. So give it a moment. So you see that your deposit of 200.0 was what successful. Do you understand? Because I've met that condition, so that message was printed out to me. Do you understand? Good. So in all, we have been able to look at um the deposit and withdrawal method. Now, at the moment, the thing is asking us to be able to get the person's balance and display it, and get the person's account number as well and display it. But here lies the case. We can all agree to the fact that these things are being stored in a private field. I can't just display them like that. It will not be possible for me to just display the account number and display the person's account balance just like that, just by saying, see, system out, print line out. These things are private. So to be able to display them, okay, for the object here, to be able to display the account balance and account what number for the object here, I have to use a getter. This getter has to now go into the private field and pick up that value and return it for me. Do you understand? So this is how we type getters. And getters also belong to a class. They don't belong to a method. So therefore, we type getters like this. Take note of it. Because the last time the lecture was teaching, I realized that people do not understand it. Now, what is the data? What is the data type of what is going to get? It's going to get account balance, and that data type is what? It's a double. Agree? Good. Then we are saying that what are you just type get get account balance. Do you realize how all of a sudden, even though inside the account balance is starting with a small a, okay, when I'm going to get something from it, I'm using a capital A, and this is the rule of the camel casing for variables. Are you okay? Realize that the first word get, okay, is a small g, and then if I should use a small a here, all right, is not going to make this thing readable. So therefore, I have to now change this one to what? A capital A, so that you can easily read it. Do you understand? So camel casing is happening here. So it's going to get the account balance with no perimeter, okay, that is no condition set for it. Then it's supposed to return something. What is it supposed to return? The person's what? Account what? Balance. Then I terminate the code. Do you understand how getters work now? So whenever I call upon the getter, get account balance, and attach it to the object that is going to get the account balance for, the getter will just now go into the private field, get the account balance, and then return it out for me. Do you understand it? Without the getter, I can't go and get the account balance. Do you understand? Because it's private, it's protected. So I have to do the other one to four. I have to do the other one to for the account what number as the question is asking us to do. So what was the data type? String. The data type was string. Okay. And then I'm going to get what? Oh, why have I written bet? That's not a bet. I'm going to get account what number. That's what the question is asking us to go and get. I'm not creating any perimeter for it. Then I what? I will give what it is supposed to return. So it's supposed to return what? The person's what? Account number. That's the first thing there. Okay, then I terminate my code. So that is all. So therefore, I can easily display the person's account balance and account number from the main class, calling upon the getter to go and get it. So now that I have made a successful deposit, okay, I can print out a message to the person displaying the person's new balance now, because now I can go and get the balance. So I will say see out. So you can bring this one down a little. Okay, and then make a comment on top and say for, because we are answering this side, we have gotten to this side. We have gotten to this side. We are testing everything now. So we are going to say for a valid what? Deposit. For a valid deposit. Are you okay? So for a valid deposit, okay, right, which is this, a person enters 200 Ghana cedis, which is a valid deposit. When you are done, I want you to print out this message to the person for that valid deposit. So we will say that your new account balance, okay, your new account balance, let me do this a capital B, maybe come here now. Your new account balance is, then I come and concatenate the account balance with this. Are you okay? So how do I say what object am I getting as account balance for? Account one. And I'm saying that I'm calling upon the getter to go and get account balance. Do you understand? You see how I just did this right now. So it will now say your new account balance is, then what am I getting account balance for? The object account one. Then the getter will go into memory and get the balance for account one, then display it out. Do you understand? Without the getter, I can't do that. So the getter is also a method. What does the method do? The method goes, so you see that this time around, the method is returning something. The getter is also a method. So when I point to it, you can see that M has been written here. Okay, telling me that the get account balance is a method. So as I told my brother earlier, that it depends on what we are doing. Okay, so the method will now go and then get the account balance from the protected what field, and then now display it to us. So if I should run this code right now, you will see how it's going to display the account balance to us. So 250 plus, oh, the answer has already been shown. Okay, so we can see that your new account balance is 450. Explanation to that, the initial balance of the person is 250. From what we stated, that the constructors should take the initial balance deposit of the person to be 250 and then store it inside the private field. So at the moment, the private field was holding 250. Do you understand? Then we made a deposit of what? 200, amount deposit of 200. So it did a concatenation, it did the addition of these two amounts, because I stated that it should do that if for a successful deposit. I stated it here. Where is it? I said that else, then the person's old balance, okay, plus the amounts he deposited, which is 200, should be added together and then assigned as the new what? Account balance. So I hope we understand how come this thing came into be. The 450 came into be. Are you okay? So now I've been able to display the person's what? Account what? Number. Account balance, sorry. So that's for a valid deposit. So we have answered this question. Valid deposit. What about an invalid deposit? What are the conditions for an invalid deposit? Yes, let's talk. Let's talk, people. What is the condition for an invalid deposit?
You can't deposit negative and then zero. Those were the conditions.
Okay, so therefore, if I should enter 0 krana, is an invalid deposit. So for an invalid what? Deposit. For an invalid deposit, okay, we are going to have these we are going to call upon the object we are going to make the deposit for, call upon the method deposit, and then put an invalid deposit amount there. Do you understand? So right now the person is depositing 0, which is not a valid deposit. So right now, even if I should run the code, the system is going to print out something to me. Okay, so if I should run it, you can see that error, invalid deposit. You see it here, error, invalid deposit, because that condition has now been what? We run. It first ran the deposit that was made initially to make the account balance 450. Then it came to run. You see that what I was talking about, methods are run sequentially. So this one was run first, which was a successful deposit. Then this one is now run again. Means you are coming to make another deposit, but this time around you're making a deposit of 0. So therefore, this thing is printed out to you as an invalid what deposit. So we have answered that question as well. Now let's go on to the next one. A valid withdrawal. So we have gotten to the withdrawal method. Are you okay? And how do we call upon a method from our understanding? Let me put a valid withdrawal here. Let me comment it out. Okay, so for a valid withdrawal, how do we call upon the method for a valid withdrawal? For the object we are coming to do a withdrawal for. So we first call upon the object, put a full stop there, pick the what? The method withdrawal. Then we input an amount we are about to withdraw. So we have, for a valid withdrawal, we have how much in our accounts right now. Who can guess how much we have in our accounts right now? Since code is run sequentially, how much are we holding in our accounts right now?
450.
450. So for a valid withdrawal, I can just go as far as maybe 50 cedis. Are you okay? Then I'm going to see out. Hey, what am I saying? See out. I'm going to print out the new balance of the person. Do you understand? Okay, so we can say your new balance is, so your new balance is, let me just copy this and then paste it right here. Control V. Okay, your new account balance is, but is going to get the account what balance. So I'm using the getter to go and get the new account balance now. Do you understand? So let me run this code and then you see what I'm talking about. So you can see that the your new account balance is 400 now because I withdrawed what 50 cedis. Please do you understand? Now for an invalid withdrawal. Hey, sorry. For an invalid what withdrawal. Let me just go and copy it from the question. For an invalid withdrawal. Comment it out. For an invalid withdrawal of the object account, what are some of the conditions that we should take note of before the withdrawal becomes invalid? People, let's speak. Let's speak.
We
We're
can't
almost done.
withdraw 0. We can't withdraw negative. And we can't withdraw more than account balance.
Okay, so let's take for now more than account balance. Let's use that condition. So what is our recent account balance right now?
400.
450.
So 400, not 450 people. We just deducted 50 cedis from here. Our code is run sequentially. So a deposit of 200 was made, added up to this to make it 450. A withdrawal was made of 0, it did not work. And another a deposit of 0 was made, it did not work. And a withdrawal of 50 cedis was made out of the 450 accumulated in the accounts right now, which worked. Now we are coming to withdraw more than that. So if we are having 400 cedis in our account right now, and I withdraw 400.1, it's more than 400 cedis, so it won't work. Do we agree to that?
Yes.
Yeah, all right. So if we agree to that, then let's run the code and see what the system will tell us. Okay, so you can see that insufficient what balance has been printed here for us. Insufficient balance. Can you see that? Insufficient what balance. So if you followed and you typed everything that we have done here, congratulations, you have finished question 1 of the assignment. This is where I say goodbye until, unless maybe somebody has a question to ask. Okay, so in the absence of any question, I would like to call for the closure of this meeting, and I want somebody to second. So seconded by, just raise your hand to second. Okay, seconded by Nyaku. Nyaku, thank you very much. Have a wonderful evening. And then Abuaje as well. Thank you very much. Have a wonderful evening. Bye bye.
And please, I hope next time you continue. Right.
Oh yeah, we are going to continue. I'm sure some we will find a day in the week and continue because
All right,
that
boss. All
is
right,
that
boss.
that next time they write another deadline actually. I'm sure. So we will find a day in the week and continue. Okay. Right. The questions they actually involve a lot, and you have seen it yourself. Okay, just question one. Crown. You see that it involves a lot. So
Please, the question, I didn't save it, so can you put it on platform for me since Saka is not working?
Isaka is not working.
Yeah, Saka is down.
Hey, sorry. I didn't know. Me, I've not gone there. So, okay, let me just send it to the due authorities. Let them put it on the page. So I'll send it to Joshua straightforward. In fact, I'm doing it right now, so I don't forget. So that Joshua will put it out for us. Okay. Okay. Where did I put this thing? For quicker access, I think yeah, I believe it's here. Okay, so Joshua will forward it to the group so that we all have access to the question. Are you okay? All right, thank you. Any other thing I should take note of before I go? Because when I go there, I forget. Phone call flight mode straight. Okay then. Have a wonderful evening. Bye bye.
Hello, Freeman.
Yes, please. Right
Yeah,
there.
please, can I talk to you back door?
Okay. Let's meet back brother.
Sure, bye.
Bye.
Hmm. Hmm.